Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and in this I'm going to be previewing the second Ashes test at the GABBA, which is a day and night test match between Australia and England. So for starters, apologies for not doing a review, not doing a review of the first Test match between the ending of the first Test match and of course the other. And of course, this in this Test match, I just hadn't gone around to doing it. I will do a review of the first Test and the second Test, in between the second and third, between the second and third. So that means we're all caught up and that sort of stuff. So yeah, so that is currently the plan there. I'm not gonna go into in depth what happened in Perth, because I'll save that for that review. As I said, I'll post that between. I'll do that in between the second and third test, I said. So basically, of course, 1-0 Australia in a 2-day test match. So that's right there, right then and there. England, not a very good start for them. Basically, in under 4 hours or so, they basically went from 100 runs ahead to basically losing the match by 8 wickets. So we'll basically get to the starting 11s first off, and also the ins and the outs as well. So first off, for Australia, there's going to be one change for each side. Of course, Usman Khawaja, which was revealed the other day, is going to be ruled out of the second test match. Of course, with the back concerns that he had in Perth, and it hasn't been confirmed, because I would assume they'll announce it at the toss. But as I'm recording this, which is a day before the test match on the Wednesday night, it's going to be close to confirmed that Josh Inglis will take over from him, and basically that would it means Inglis will bat at number 5, which means we're gonna get some more Trav ball in this test match. So this is the. It says I've got his starting 11, but I'll take it with a pinch of salt. It's basically close to confirmed, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. They'll confirm that at the coin toss. Of course, Travis Head and Jake Weber all to open. Marnus Labuschagne at 3. Steve Smith at 4. Josh Inglis at 5, as I said. Cam Green at 6. Alex Carey at 7. Mitch Stark. What a bowling performance they did at Perth, and that's the last thing that England need, because he is the master with the pink ball. So that's not what they want. Giving him a 10 wicket haul. What for one, and two, giving him a career best figures in the first innings of 758. That's not what they want, because now he's coming into this test match. Now he's got confidence, knowing of what happened in Perth, and two, he is the master of bowling with the pink ball. So moving on, line at 9, Boland at 10 and Doggett in at 11. There was murmurs and speculation that maybe Pat Cummins could come back for this Test match. I would be on. I was honest. I would say I would not have him in the side if he's not 100% fit. Even if he's 99.99% fit, I would not play him because that 0.01% could be the difference between him getting through the Test match unscathed or him breaking down with his back again and basically been missing a captain for an entire calendar year for Test cricket in the 2026. So that's not what we want. So I think some people might say, "Oh, they should have put Cummins in there," but Cummins in there. If he's fit, then play him. I think it's the right decision to not play him, because we just can't afford to lose him again, especially later on in the series. England though have also made one change as well. Mark Wood is out with knee problems, and it's the same knee that forced him out of the entire England-India series in the wintertime here. So he is out, and I thought they would have maybe gone with Shoaib Bashir into the side, but they've gone with Will Jacks, who is a batting all-rounder, supposedly batting at number 8. So yeah, and how much overs he's gonna bowl, I don't know, to be quite honest. I would probably, in terms of batting depth, probably it's a thumbs up for them, but I've had a look at, if you guys haven't been on social media, there is pictures that were released that the pitch is going to be used, and I'll tell you now, it's going to be another 2-day Test match. I'm sure of you that now. If it is, then you need the bowling depth, to be quite honest. And I would much rather have Shoaib Bashir in that side than, or if you want another pace bowler, put Josh Tongue in there rather than someone like Will Jacks, to be quite honest. Because if you look at their fast bowling here, you got Joffrey, you got Brian and Cast, you got Gus Atkinson. All three of them bowled very, very well, especially in the first innings in Perth, by the way. Then you got the captain Ben Stokes, who also bowled a few overs as well. But I don't know how many overs they're going to get out of Will Jacks though. That's the thing. It's probably the same with Nathan Lyon as well. I don't know how many overs they're gonna bowl. So that is probably my concern probably. And there's been a lot of stick that's been thrown at England over their of course, their baseball approach. And I definitely agree. It's all good hitting fours and sixes, having a go from ball one, but where's the yeah, and I think for me, England are going to be, if England keep playing this way, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Especially, it came out where Brendan McCullum, their coach, did an interview and was asked the question, "Are you going to change your approach?" And he said straight up, no. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to be in big trouble. You're going to be in major trouble. to be quite honest, because if you lose this Test match because of your aggressive approach, especially with the batting side of things, and then you're 2-0 down. There's no way. There's traditionally here in Australia, there's no way back from there. When you're 2-0 down. And also with the fact that Cummins and Hazelwood are still yet to come into the side, that is also a bit of a concern for England as well. There. Finally, the predictions. Australia. So bold prediction first. As I said, I think it's going to be another 2-day Test match. If you guys have seen the pictures of the pitch, it is as green as all hell. You can't pick out the picture and the rest of the square. That's how green it is. And the last time I've seen that pitch that green at the Gabba, it was with that Test match, that 2-day Test match against South Africa a few years ago, and Australia won that one. So I've got a feeling that I think it's going to be another 2-day Test match, man of the match, I can only choose one man and one man only, and that's Mitch Starc. I mean, he's the king of the day of bowling in the day-night Test match. He's the king. The last time he bowled. The last time he bowled with the pink ball, he took 6 wickets for 9 runs, and single-handedly bowled the West Indies out for nearly the lowest score in Test cricket history. I'm sorry, but there's and with that, let's go to the winner. I think Australia will go 2-0 up. I think in terms of, I think for me, looking at the lineups here, I think if you look at Australia's bowling depth, I mean, you got Doggett, you got Bowen, you got Stark, you got Lyon, you got Green that could bowl a few overs as well, and then you have England's bowling depth where you got Cass, Atkinson, Archer, and Stokes. And that's just about it. And the worst part for me, in my opinion, I think for me, they could have. I think for me, as I said, they could have. I think they should have gone with either Shoaib Bashir or Josh Tongue for me. Because if it's true that's that pitch, that green as hell pitch, that's going to be prepared. That is going to be there. If it's true, then I think that's I think you need to have more bowling depth. Sacrifice the batting depth for the bowling depth, like Australia do. I mean Australia. If you look at it, For England, I agree with so many other cricketing pundits and experts that the Perth Test was their big chance, and they absolutely stuffed it up, absolutely effed it up, and this is this, and somehow, some way, they're gonna have a second chance at it. If they because there's more and more likely Cummins will be 100% fit by the third test in Adelaide. I'm sure of it now. He will be 100% fit by the third test in Adelaide. Then more than likely the Boxing Day test, Hazelwood will be fit, which means we'll be back to full strength by the end of the series. And you might be thinking to yourself, Hazelwood, and this is what the World Test Championship does. Because if you're thinking, hey, why would you bring Hazelwood back in the fourth test when it's basically a dead rubber? If, for example, we win this test match and then we win the test match in Adelaide, it's just basically going to be a dead rubber. Well, the thing is for Hazelwood to bring him back is the World Test Championship. You know, because if you bring out a weakened side for those matches where it's going to be a dead rubber, those two and you lose those two matches. Those two matches will be the difference between you being in the fight and being in the Test Championship final at Lords in 2027 or not. And we're the ones that prove that in the first World Test Championship cycle. Those losses that loss series that we had against India back in 2021 here in Australia, that cost us the World Test Championship final. So you can't basically. For some people might say, "Oh, why would you bring back Hazelwood to the Boxing Day test when the series is over?" Well, you can't. Well, that's what the World Test Championship does to you. It does now. That's the one thing I like at the World Test Championship is there's no such thing as a dead rubber anymore. There's no such thing because every result and win, loss or draw counts in this. But back to my point. So, for example, Hazelwood is 100% fit for the Boxing Day test, and they go through in the fifth test. Then by then, England have no chance. Apparently, Pat Cummins is bowling the house down. Apparently, from what I've heard. And we all know Hazelwood has been bowling great throughout the summer before he broke down with injury before the first test. So if that's the case, then I think for me, so as I said, so many people said that the first test is their first chance. Was their big chance? This for somehow, some way. What people are not noticing it. They're getting a second chance, a second crack at it. And if they fail in that, then I'm sure of you, it'll be Australia 5-0 because Cummins will come back. Because Cummins will come back in Adelaide, Hazelwood will come back in the Boxing Day test, and if for example Hazelwood breaks down again in the Boxing Day test, they can replace him with Boland, who last summer at the SCG picked up 10 wickets. So yeah, and then that would mean that there's no chance. So that's the depth that they have. Both teams, to be honest, do have that depth, but we have the much better depth there as well. And I also said to myself this as well during the Perth test as well. I think Australia have the most flexible batting lineup, most flexible test batting lineup in world cricket. I mean, if you look at it here, you got Head who can bat middle order and can bat at the top of the order. You can have Smith who can bat who has a great history batting at 3 and it can bat at 4. Marnus can open and bat at 3 as well. You got Green who can bat somewhere in the middle order, and there was even talk during the World Test Championship final loss against South Africa, but before that game, that Green there was talks of him Green opening. There was and even Alex Carey as well. There was talks that Alex Carey, if Travis had said no about opening the second innings in Perth, they were going to go to Alex Carey and say, "Would you open with Jake Weberald?" So that's the proof of the top 7. You can put in any order. You can add Inglis into that list too. You can add Inglis into that list. Webster into that mix too. Where you can pretty much slot them in any position and they will excel. So yeah. But headers. Some people might say, oh, it's only been one innings of 140 off 80 balls for Travis Head as opener. While he did open in Sri Lanka, and I was concerned about the idea of Travis Head opening was in pitches that favoured fast bowling. But this one I think is just put to bed. And to be honest, the only way, I think for me, it proved between the first and second innings, the only way to take on that mighty England attack of Archer, Cass, and Atkinson is to take them on. And clearly Head did that from ball one, and that's how we won the game, albeit in 2 days. So I think for me, I think Australia will win 2-0, and as I said, but for England, they got a second crack at it. They got a second chance at it, and if they don't take this one, then if they do, then game on for the rest of the series. If not, then the writing is beginning to be on the wall. To be honest with you, there. So that's just about it, really, for this video. This video here. So as I said, there will be the first test review and the first Ashes test review and the second Ashes test review will all be separate videos. I will try and get them out in between the second test finishing and the third test starting. It depends on when the second test match ends. If it is a 2-day test match, then a lot more time for that. If not, then yeah. So like this video, share this to anybody who's an Australian cricket fan or an English cricket fan. Comment down below, what are your predictions on this game? Do you think Australia will win and make it 2-0, or do you think England will level up the series at one apiece? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this matter. And one last thing, somewhere down there, click on the big red button which is labelled subscribe. It really does help me out quite a bit there, as we're now into the final month of 2025. The Ashes have begun, and also the Big Bash as well begins in a couple of weeks. Can you believe that? So until next time, guys, I'll see you guys all later.